The wind howled through the canyons like a wounded wolf as dusk settled over Deadwind Crossing, a hard-scrabble frontier town where life was bought cheap and death rode fast. Dust caked every inch of the earth, from the tired wooden shacks to the broken church bell that hadn't rung in 5 years. They called her the Little Orphan, though she was neither little anymore nor without a name, just that no one bothered to remember it. Her real name was Ellie Quinn, and at 22, she had survived more than most men twice her age. Her parents had died in the Red Rock Massacre when she was just 8, the same raid where Apache warriors took her younger brother. She had lived ever since on the edge of things, scrubbing floors, mending shirts, tending fires. But there was a fire in her, too, quiet, smoldering, and deadly as a snake. That fire ignited when she stumbled across the half-dead soldier on the edge of town, lying in the dry creek bed, an Apache baby cradled against his chest. Chapter 2. The Baby. The soldier was gone before Ellie could ask a single question. His dog tags read Corporal J.D. Kessler, 5th Cavalry. Shot twice in the back. Died with his arms around the infant like he knew the world would eat her alive. Ellie took the child, skin the color of sunset, hair black as coal, and wrapped her in her shawl. The baby cooed softly, eyes wide, trusting. She's Apache, someone in the saloon spat when Ellie came into town asking for milk. Which means trouble, another grunted. Give it back to the desert. But Ellie didn't, because she saw something in the baby's eyes. Something that reminded her of her brother, taken, never returned. A soul too young to be judged by men with whiskey on their breath and hate in their hearts. She named her Naira, the Apache word for a daughter of the sun. By morning, word had spread. A woman traveling with an Apache baby? In these times, that was a death sentence. Chapter 3. The Outlaw. That's when Cade Mercer rode in. Long coat flapping like a banner of dust, boots coated in red earth, eyes as sharp as broken glass. Cade was wanted in 4 counties for train robbery and horse thievery, but no one in Deadwind dared arrest him. He walked into the saloon like a man who feared nothing, and had earned it. He spotted Ellie sitting alone in the corner with a baby in her arms. She watched him over the brim of her hat, jaw set like a stone wall. He tilted his head slightly. "That your child?" he asked. Ellie didn't flinch. "She's no one's but mine now." "Then you're in the wrong place, sweetheart." "So are you." Cade smiled. "Maybe, but I hear the army's put a bounty on that baby's head. They're calling her a war. You'll be hunted from every side." Ellie met his eyes. "I don't care." Something in her voice, something raw and defiant, struck Cade clean in the ribs. He'd seen desperate before, but this was something else. This was love born in fire. "Then you'll need a guide," he said, "because the only way to get that baby safe is through Apache territory." Chapter 4. War Drums and Ghost Trails. They rode at night, hiding by day. Cade knew every back trail and outlaw pass between Deadwind and the Sierra Blanco range, where rumors said the Apaches still held a hidden stronghold. Ellie rode a borrowed mare, Naira wrapped to her chest in a makeshift sling. Cade led the way, rifle slung, always watching the horizon. They spoke little at first, 2 broken souls bound by shared silence. But silence can grow roots. And sometimes, when the stars were high and the fire low, Ellie would talk. About her family. About her brother. "I used to dream I'd find him," she whispered one night, watching sparks drift upward. "Maybe he'd remember me. Maybe not." Cade didn't speak. He just handed her a piece of jerky and sat close. And slowly, without trying, they grew into each other, like desert trees bent by the same wind. But they weren't alone. Behind them, the war chased with bloody boots. A patrol of bounty hunters. A rogue band of army scouts. Even a few civilians who smell profit in death. Chapter 5. Blood on the Mesa. It was just past us when they were ambushed. They had reached the red mesas of Shinar Pass, a place sacred to the Apache. The canyon echoed with rifle fire. Cade shouted for Ellie to ride ahead as bullets sparked off the rocks. He stayed behind, holding off the riders with grim precision. One bullet grazed his shoulder, another tore through his horse. Ellie screamed his name, but he waved her on, blood soaking into his shirt. Get her to the mountains. With Naira held tight, Ellie rode through fire and fury, her tears lost in the wind. The baby whimpered once, then went quiet. By dawn, Ellie stumbled into a narrow valley, a place untouched by the world. There, ringed by firelight and painted faces, stood over 300 Apache warriors. They had been waiting. Chapter 6, Daughter of the Sun. An elder woman stepped forward. Her face was lined with years and grief, but her eyes were fierce. Behind her stood a tall, scarred warrior with a strange necklace, half an old army tag dangling from rawhide. Ellie dropped to her knees, cradling the baby. I didn't know where else to go, she whispered. They are hunting her. She's yours. Protect her. The elder woman knelt and gently took Naira into her arms. She studied the child. Then Ellie, you crossed the war zone alone, she said in halting English. Why? Ellie swallowed. Because no one else would. Because he deserves to live. The warrior stepped forward, pulling the tag from his neck. Ellie gasped. It was her brother. Ellie. His voice was a ghost wrapped in thunder. She stared. Jacob. His eyes filled with tears. I thought you died. And in that one moment, years of grief unraveled. Sister and brother, broken and remade in fire, collapsed into each other's arms. Behind them, a horn sounded in the canyons. Trouble was coming. Chapter 7, Redemption. Cade came limping into the valley hours later, half dead but still breathing. His arm was tied with a bloody shirt, his gun low on bullets. Ellie ran to him, helped him down. You're either the dumbest man alive or the bravest, she said. Probably both, he muttered. Had to make sure you two made it. Jacob stepped forward, nodding once. He risked his life. The Apache Council gathered. They knew Cade was a wanted man, but they also knew honor and blood debt. You may stay until you heal, the elder said. Then you must choose. Cade glanced at Ellie. I already did. Chapter 8, At Dawn. The army came with rifles, torches, and fury. 300 Apache warriors stood ready on the ridges, painted, silent, resolute. Cade stood beside them, bandaged but armed. Ellie held Naira high, her voice ringing across the canyon. She is a child of peace. The captain of the soldiers, face twisted with hate, ordered them to fire.